We're on the road. Where transportation goes, community grows. Welcome to On the Road with the MTA. And welcome to another exciting edition of On the Road with the MTA. I'm Jay Gibbons, alongside with Stephanie Kay from the MTA. How is Stephanie?
Right. I'm great, and I'm really proud to work at the MTA. We do so much for the community and providing rides and transportation that's safe and comfortable and reasonable. And we're out there all the time. I don't know if you see all the cars out there for Rides to Wellness, Your Ride.
See the buses?
Yeah, big buses, small cars, SUVs, smaller buses. We have it all out there, and I'm just so glad that we can do that. And Mr. Benning, our CEO, had once said, well, you might not need it right now. You might not need the public transportation. Today you could be driving, but tomorrow you might be riding. Mm-hmm. So absolutely, it's there for you. If you don't need it, that's fine too. You can drive around. But I'll tell you one thing about using public transportation is you don't have to worry about parking, finding a parking spot, getting a parking ticket. Where can I park? Where can't I park? I know a lot of people have told me downtown can be so frustrating because they're not sure why they're getting tickets. And I had that question too. And I had a chance to talk to a friend of mine who I just met. She's wonderful. Her name is Brandy Curtis, and she's executive assistant over there at the DDA. And she's going to help us explain about these tickets and how not to get one and how to avoid that mess. So, Brandy, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you for inviting me, guys. I appreciate it.
Well, I know. How long have you been at the DDA now?
Going on 5 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you must hear a lot of people complain about, hey, I got a ticket, right? Don't you hear that quite often?
I hear it all the time.
And I know that you are really helpful at trying to get people through it. And I've appreciated your help in the past. So I want to ask you, well, how can people stop from getting a ticket? Because I was parking someplace recently and there was a parking meter there. It's number 45. I put money in and then I got a ticket. And it's interesting because they'll take a picture of your car so they can prove this is where you were, where you shouldn't have been there. And it said I should not have parked there. I thought, but why? There was a parking meter there and I paid for it. And you explained it to me. You were so helpful. So explain to them why I got a ticket in that area.
Okay. So what happens is downtown, you have parking spaces, but we also have these things that are called red and yellow curbs. So there are parking meters by those spaces, but they say do not park. But those are on the insides of the poles. And as we're always taught when we do things, you go to the front of your car to make sure that you're parked correctly. Well, with the system that we have downtown, because it's parallel parking spaces, you have to worry about the numbers and the information on the insides of the poles. And that seems to be a mass amount of confusion and why a lot of people get tickets, because it's a whole completely different setup than we're all used to.
Oh, that makes sense because I didn't go to the street and look forward. I just saw the number 45. I got out. I even asked a gentleman next to me, is this correct? I mean, I number 45? He said, yep, sure is.
Did the gentleman have a badge?
No.
Okay, so then he wasn't authorized to tell you. So.
But he parked with me in front of me, and I don't think he got the ticket. So, yeah, good to know. I know that blue lines are for this disabled. You know, my mom has a handicap sticker, so I understand the blue ones. But the red ones are for police, and what are the yellow ones for?
So yellow are for police, and red are for police and fire hydrants, so for fire safety.
Okay.
The yellow ones are typically meant for police officer only spaces in those particular areas, and then the blue are handicap.
I knew the blue.
Disabled spaces.
I did know
the
blue.
But there's also some confusion with those.
Oh.
Why? Like, why is that?
So everybody thinks that the blue spaces, as long as you have a handicap placard, you get to park for free. Right. That's actually not true. You can park in those spaces and you still have to pay unless you have this specialized endorsement that you get from the Secretary of State that says that you can park there for free based on certain criterias. And that's a new thing that everybody's also had to learn is there's two different kinds of handicap placards.
I did not know that. Well, there you go. I know there are different areas, options of parking. You have the flat lot, which is $5. And then you also have the Rutherford. Yep. Is that $5 as well, the Rutherford parking ramp?
Yep. The Rutherford parking deck is $5. And then we also have the Riverfront ramp, which is off of Beach Street that connects to the U of M pavilion itself over there. So that's also an additional place to park. And it puts you right at Riverbank Park so you can watch all the shows that happen down there or just have fun playing by the river.
Oh, all right. So that's a different place then, because I know there is a parking ramp in behind the pavilion, but there's also one across the street at the hotel. So those are okay. I know the flat lot, but there's also the ramp across from the flat lot. Then, okay.
Is that $5 all day?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, great.
Good to know. People don't know that, and so they try to find a parking spot on the street, and then they get themselves in a situation like I did, where I thought this is fine as a white line or what it was, a yellow line. I didn't even see the yellow line, to be honest with you. I think it was snowing. I don't know. But anyway, so now.
Yeah, blame it on the snow.
Oh,
Okay.
that's it. But no, it couldn't have been because you guys, you take a picture and the picture showed, it looked like a white line in the picture, but you said it's a black and white picture. That's why I didn't notice it was yellow. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah. That is true. And I know some of them in the city do need to be upgraded with the paint, but they're doing an up and coming bricks project where they're tearing out sidewalks and replacing them. So they're redoing everything when it comes to that project being done next year.
Well, I wonder how we can get the knowledge out there. This is the one way, of course, on the podcast, because having known that, now I know to go to the front of that parking meter and where it says no parking will be facing like Saginaw Street. Is that correct?
No, it'll be facing your car. So every time you get out of your car, if you stand at your passenger door and look left and right, the insides are going to say either no parking, telling you can't park there, or you're going to have a set of numbers that match. So that's how you go and pay the meter too. So if you're going to pay the meter and your space number, let's say says 2 and 2 on the insides of those poles, your space number would be 2. If you're in a no parking zone, it'll say no parking and no parking to tell you that you needed to move your vehicle.
I didn't see the no parking. I just saw 45. That's so weird, but good to know now. I'm learning because I don't want to get a ticket. So no one wants a ticket. And I know you want people to continue coming downtown. So you want to make it easy too.
Most definitely. That's why I would love to teach everybody how to do it. And that way there's no confusion and there's no scaring to not want to come downtown to be able to see all the great stuff that we have down here.
Well, okay. That's a good point. Is there a website people can go and learn this? Is there a pamphlet you can give out? Is there some kind of information? Maybe when they do get a ticket, put a pamphlet in there saying, here's what you did wrong and here's how to fix it.
Yep. So we actually have on our flintdda.org website, there's actually a video tutorial that walks you through everything. It shows you a street right on the street, exactly how to use the meters. We also have paperwork in our office. And then we also have a mobile app where people can download the mobile app and pay what's called a concierge service, which it automatically reads your license plate and helps you pay for your parking because it knows exactly where you're parked. And then we also do go out on the street and help everybody. But the meters themselves have a big red help button in the upper left-hand corner. When you press it on the street, it will also give you a walkthrough tutorial on where to find your parking space and how to pay for parking to guarantee you don't receive a ticket.
Well, that sounds pretty simple and like straightforward and like very informational, but I don't know why I never noticed that. I never saw that help button. Now I feel kind of foolish, but I have learned. I know it's hard to find parking because a lot of people going downtown Flint.
Oh, yeah?
To find a spot. And I'm not the greatest at parallel parking, so I try to avoid that at all costs.
I'm a pretty good at parallel parking.
Are you? Yeah. A friend of mine, Kathleen Gazelle, she doesn't even drive because she's legally blind. I'm not saying she'll tell you to herself. I'm not talking behind her back at all. She will share that with you. And she is the very best parallel parker. She said, I'll get out of your car. And I thought, really? You can't even drive up, but I can do it. And she is a whiz at it. She could actually make money by standing on South Saginaw Street and parking cars for people. She's just amazing that way.
They do have cars now that park themselves.
I've seen that. I don't know if I would trust that. I don't know.
I agree.
So now I've got another question for you. If somebody gets a ticket, like my ticket was $45, people are asking, where does that money go? Where does all the parking fees go?
So the money that we receive from the parking tickets, we do beautification downtown. So as the Flint DDA, we actually handle all of the flowers that are downtown, the benches, the trash cans. We handle picking up all the trash in the downtown area. We do snow removal downtown. We do the light bulbs in the arches. We clean up Riverbank Park. We do all the grass cutting. We have our hands in a whole bunch of pots, but our main thing is to make it inviting and want people to come down here. So if you do receive those tickets, they do go to beautifying the city so you can be able to see each piece that goes into it. We want to put the money back out there to make everybody want to come down here. So that's why we want to make sure people understand where the ticket money goes and how it happens.
So if you, let's say if you get a lot of tickets, did they name a garden after you?
You know what? At this rate, I will name a garden after you.
Well, now, can people actually donate just to that cause to keep Flint looking nice?
They could. That is something I could actually look into. That is a great idea. I never really thought about that. But I think it would be perfect because there's a lot of spaces down here that need a little bit more love. And I do know that you can adopt parks and stuff, but maybe there's a corner that you think needs some beautification. I think we can make something work.
I like that idea. It could be like a get out of jail free card. Like I gave you $100 towards that flower bed. I just got a ticket. Can you take care of that? No, but yeah, people do want to make Flint look better. I mean, really, we all want Flint to succeed. Who doesn't? And you have some nice restaurants down there, and we just want to make it as easy as we can to make the businesses thrive and to bring people down to enjoy it all, especially after a play at the Capitol or something. They want to go and enjoy the area.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think there's a lot of hidden gems down here, and we don't want parking to deter people from coming down to see all the great things that are down here, all of the small businesses. Everybody works really hard down here to do the best they can to make things amazing. So I think I would love to make sure that there's no way people get tickets to be able to come get scared from not coming down here.
Right, exactly. My brother works at the Christian Science Reading Room, and so he parks at the flat lot across the street. I'll go see him for lunch, and we'll go around the corner to the, I think it's called Shops on the Corner. That's a fun little place. I don't know if that's still open. I hope it is. And then there was the Whaley's Children's Center's resale shop right down the street from that. So there's things people don't even know about down there.
Right.
So, and the Ferris wheel.
Mm-hmm. And that's got a new coffee shop in it. That's the Mish Coffee. We have an amazing photographer who just moved in downtown, who takes beautiful pictures. We've got a t-shirt shop downtown that a lot of people don't know about, Flint City T-shirts, the crepe companies down here. There's a lot of diverse things in the city of Flint that you can't really find anywhere else. And you get to see a bunch of amazing murals done by amazing muralists down here. So you kind of don't just get the food, but you also get a whole different vibe from being downtown.
It is a fun place to be. Once you're down there, it's just so much fun. When I was much, much younger, we had the MT buses that would go downtown, and they still do that. But I mean, I was able to ride it with my sister. She couldn't go without me, so she had to take me so I would tattle on her if she did anything wrong. My mom knew that I'd be a good set of eyes on her. And I remember, like, Smith Bridgman's was downtown. You could see the great big, they would open the windows at Christmas. You could see the decorations inside. And the Ma store, the Ferris Brothers. So there were so many really cool things. And we have different things now, but they are just as cool. So I'm hoping people will take the bus or drive down there, know how not to get a ticket once they do travel down there, and check it all out. Because there's some new things coming too, aren't there?
There's a bunch of new things coming in downtown, and then there's a bunch of changes coming to downtown. So they're going to make the river is actually going to be part of the Michigan State Park. So they're going to be doing some restoration on the Flint River. And that's supposed to start here in the next couple of months. And then it will have public access for people to be able to get into the river and kayak. They're going to be redoing the bricks, but they're still keeping those historical bricks in there. They're going to be redoing the sidewalks. So they're going to get some beautification there. So they're planning on doing a whole bunch. There's a new YWCA building going in. So there's a bunch of buildings going up, and then there's a bunch of people that's down here now trying to add new and inviting things and get cool businesses down here. There's some new shops going in at the farmers market. So it's kind of a whole change coming for the summertime. So I think it's going to be absolutely amazing down here.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah.
I just fantastic. I thought I heard about the new state park. I think it's going to be the 105th state park in the state of Michigan, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because there was 104.
I do think so.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
Interesting, Jay. Glad you shared that one with us. Well, I'm anxious to see all of it. I have been kayaking on the river, and it was so beautiful. We saw like hawks were flying over. There was beavers building like a little dam. It was just really. And
we'll be kayaking it this year too, because we're getting new kayaks. Yeah, so we're definitely be doing that.
Well, you can actually use their kayaks too. They'll put them in the water. It's like $10. It's so cheap. You can't say no to that. And it was just beautiful. I felt like I was in Colorado or someplace. It was that beautiful.
Ooh, I know.
Truly,
it's lovely.
I know. So are they going to, you said they're bringing that back again this year, right? The kayaking?
Yep. So they're going to they're talking about taking out the dam, which is closer to Harrison Street downtown. And they're going to be putting in these riffle spaces. So that way it's kind of gives you a whole different thing to go around. And they're going to be beautifying a whole bunch of the spaces that are down here and giving them a new life. So you're so used to seeing them now, but they're going to be more vibrant. And it's going to be an amazing project, and it's all going to come together and end at the state park. But their options are going to be phenomenal. It's going to be really cool. And then with the new restoration project of the bricks, people are going to be able to see the history that's below the bricks. And they're thinking they might be finding, trolley lines and stuff. So there's going to be some history to come up with those, and seeing the whole city transform is going to be amazing.
That is going to be fun. Hopefully, videotape it before and after, or the process of making it. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be really cool. Put some Class 4 rapids on the Flint River. There you go.
What are those?
You can make, that's basically the level of difficult to get around the rapids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you put like big rocks in there and push water through it, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That'll work.
Well, when I had done it, they met at Tenacity, and they put all of the kayaks in the water right then there for you, and then they took us back around, and MTA provided the transportation that brought us all back to the Tenacity. It was just a smooth running, wonderful activity, and I look forward to doing that again.
Yes, that is always amazing every year.
All right. Well, my gosh, Brandy, is there anything else you want to share with us? Any other tips or ideas or future things coming or? anything.
I will say that if you have any metering issues, please call us in our office. We have an amazing staff who's willing to help anybody. Also know you can pay at any meter. Doesn't have to be the meter closest to you. It can be any meter. Which is a big thing people don't know. And as long as you pay before you move your car, you don't get a ticket. So if you're in court and it runs over, just wait till before you move your car so you can still pay, dissolve your ticket, make it super easy. But we are always here to help. I mean, we really don't want to just hand out parking tickets left and right. We'd rather educate people.
Right. Well, that is so good to know, because I was with my friend who told me, he said, yeah, your parking fine's right there, because it was the very end. So I went to parallel park. I loved it, but that obviously I shouldn't have. And then we were in having dinner. He's like, oh, I think my meter's run out. So he came back out to put money in both of them. He thought he might get a ticket because it was like 5 minutes over. But good to know that he won't, because he did not move his car. He just put more money in.
Yep. And that's the main thing, is you don't have to move the car as long as you pay for it before you leave. If you think you're only going to be 5 and you were 10, you can drop in a quarter and it saves you the time that you were there, and it dissolves the ticket. And that's a lot of things people don't know, but I also don't want people to be afraid. So if you also can give us a call, we can walk you through how to use it when you're out on the street, or one of our amazing maintenance staff that are out on the street every day. They also know how to help. So we're more than willing to help and make sure that you have an amazing experience downtown. And
I've also been told you have an app. You mentioned that before. What is the app that they can actually put the money on that right as they're sitting outside, and I have to go out to do that?
Yep. So that is, the mobile app is called Sentry Mobile. It's SENTRY Mobile. And it is a mobile app that you can not only use in Flint, but Royal Oak, Hamtramck also have the same metering system. So a few other places in the state of Michigan where you can use it, and you can do pay by space, but I always suggest everybody to do the auto pay feature, which is the concierge feature. So when you park, it automatically reads your license plate, and it will only charge you a quarter for every 15 minutes you're there. And then it will also send you a text message, hey, you've almost reached your 4-hour max. Please move your car to not get a ticket. It'll also send you a text message that your funds are low to make sure to re-up those so you don't get a ticket. And in addition to that, you can put up to 30 license plates on one app. So that way, if you have a whole team of people, you only need one app to put your whole team on it.
That's good to know. And you just mentioned something I didn't know. I didn't know there's a limit of 4 hours.
Yep, it's a city ordinance that you can only park for 4 hours in parking spaces on Saginaw Street.
Okay.
So with that being the case, the app kind of helps you to know, hey, you're getting close to that time, to make sure you don't get a ticket for staying too long.
And there's no charge after 5 o'clock. Is that correct?
Correct. No charge after 5 o'clock, as long as you don't park in reds or yellows.
Good. Good to know. And of course, that's only on Saginaw. Like if you park in a flat lot or something, it's all day, $5.
Correct. Yep. Okay. Yep. That's $5 for the whole day.
Good.
But that's also after 5 o'clock. Are the like the arms open so you can park in there for free after 5 o'clock, or they still stay down?
No, the flat lot, the Rutherford and Riverfront ramp are all $5 all day long.
Oh, so even after 5 o'clock, you got to pay $5.
Correct.
Oh, okay. I thought you just meant for $5 you can stay over there 4 hours. It was just like all day. But okay. I thought, didn't it used to be after 5 o'clock it was free? Like in the times?
They did do that for a while, and then there were some incidents downtown. Okay. So we made it so it was an all-day thing, and it stopped there from being any more incidents.
Well, that's good. That worked out perfectly.
All right.
Yeah. Good thinking there. All right. Well, Brandy, thank you so much. You have definitely educated us, and I'm hoping that others will listen to this and learn as well. That's why we try to do it every week, don't we, Jen?
Absolutely. And if Stephanie, if you get another ticket, just call Brandy.
I know. Or you go on the website because you can pay it there. And the pictures do not lie. It shows you where you parked and what time. It's like, oh, okay, there was a line there. So, yep, definitely.
No, don't call Brandy.
No, do not. No. Yeah. But we appreciate your help on that one, Brandy. We know you want everybody to come downtown.
Most definitely. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you for having me on, and you guys are amazing as always.
Thanks so much. We'll see you downtown sometime soon.
Yep, absolutely.
And you can get there by MTA. You bet. Right. Thank you. MTA will take you downtown anytime you want as well.
That's right.
The transfer center's right downtown across from the Flint Farmers Market.
That's right.
We're there. We're there for you. MTA on the road with MTA, Jay, and Stephanie K. And we thank you for listening. And listen again next week and find out some more awesome information.
Absolutely. You've been listening to On the Road with the MTA. For more information on our services and community outreach, visit us online anytime at www.mtaflint.org and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The MTA, your community, your connection, your way.